The actual fight with Mike Tyson, when you were supposed to have it, when was that? Back in 2003?
Wasn't supposed to have it. I asked for it back in 2003, but he said he was through with boxing, so it didn't happen.
Were there refresh my memory because I'm getting up there in age myself. But were there no negotiations at that time, or were there actual negotiations at that time?
He said he was through with boxing, so he didn't want to fight. So I didn't bother him. I didn't pursue it.
So at that time, were you? Because that was right after you became heavyweight champion, right?
I said the only person I would stay heavyweight and fight was Mike Tyson.
Were you already kind of? Mike Tyson had been fighting for a long time. You had been fighting for a while, obviously. Had you already kind of envisioned how that fight was going to play out?
No, I just know that he was going to be dangerous early. The later I could take the fight, the better off I was going to be. And it's the same way now. He's going to be dangerous early. The later I could take the fight, the better off I'm going to be.
You're obviously known for, the sweet science of the sport, and Mike Tyson, everybody knows him for his power. Having said that, is the blueprint already kind of out on how to beat him? I mean, he's already taken some losses to, some bigger guys, taller guys who put the jab in his face and stuff like that. Obviously, you're not as tall as them. You're not as big as them. But
so that blueprint does me no good.
At all? I mean, I'm just talking about as far as the X's and O's are concerned.
I'm not tall enough to use my jab and stay away from him like they did. If I jab his face, he can hit my face because we're just almost the same height.
That's true. That's a good point.
You can't go out there looking at that blueprint as a guy used that's 6'4", 6'5", 6'3" even. I'm not 6 foot. I'm 5'10" and a half. A half inch taller than him. That's not enough.
So what do you say to the fans? I mean, this is, I know it's the title of it is an exhibition, but, you guys are fighters at the end of the day. No matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, at the end of the day, that's all you do is fight. Like that's what you were born and bred to do. So knowing that this is an exhibition, go ahead.
See how you just said that? Born and bred to do. That's it. So many people discredit that nowadays because you got to remember that I love animals too, right? Some animals, that's what they're born and bred to do. Some people, that's what they're born and bred to do. You take that from them, you take what they're born and bred to do. If me and Tyson were born and bred to do this, he wouldn't do it, and I definitely wouldn't do it, especially not 51 years old, especially fighting a power puncher like Mike Tyson at this age, especially taking a chance of my own health being in danger because you're in the ring with the great power puncher, explosive, killer mentality, Mike Tyson. But because I was born and bred to do this, I didn't have to think about it twice. So you see right there is highly important. When you're born and bred to do something, that's what you're born and bred to do. People discredit that. Like I said, people always want to make God be wrong. But there's certain things that God creates, certain things that are born and bred to do what they do. Our greyhound was born and bred to race. If he ain't racing, he has no other use. Why does he have so much speed? Because he's born and bred to race. Now, you want to regulate the treatment of the greyhounds at the greyhound track, that's fine. But taking away greyhound racing is killing the legacy of the greyhound because they're born and bred to race. They're not born and bred just to be a regular house dog or a regular pet. He got too much speed to just sit there with all that speed and not do nothing with it. They have record-breaking things that they can do too. Make them great, make their bloodline great. But if you take that away from them, they have nothing. They're useless. But God gave them something. Speed. Just like he gave us dogs that have the nose to hunt, to find dead bodies, do stuff. Everybody has a purpose. It's born and bred for something. Let's do what it's born and bred to do. We trying to regulate like we God. We're not God. So me and Mike are perfect examples of that. We born and bred to do this. That's why at 51 and 54, we have lit up the world because we still willing to go in there and do what we're born and bred to do. Open your eyes, world.
Is that kind of the message to send to obviously there's a lot of people that are looking forward.
That's my message. I don't know about everybody. That's my message.
Now, you mentioned, you talked about how dangerous Mike Tyson is. Whether he's 54 or whether he's 34, is that danger still the same?
don't matter. He's still just as dangerous. Matter of fact, he's more dangerous than 54 because he knows now, instead of being able to hit you for 10 rounds, he may not be able to hit you with 8. That's why he's scheduled 8 rounds instead. So he got to try to do even more damage when he hits you because he don't have as much time. So he's even more dangerous.
That's actually interesting that just because I was going to ask you if you viewed the fight now as being more dangerous today than when you guys were actually talking about fighting in like 2003.
It is much more dangerous. 2003, he never caught me. Now I can't say that.
I don't know, Roy. I don't think age matters with you. It's always going to be hard to catch you.
It's going to be hard to catch me, but like I said, 2003 wasn't even a question. Now, I don't think he can, but it's still in question now.
Do you think that's what makes the fight so much more intriguing now?
That's what makes it so interesting now. He may be able to catch up with me, but guess what? I know that too. So,
are you surprised at the reaction that you got the possibility of breaking pay-per-view numbers with this?
Not surprised at all.
I guess everything happens when it's supposed to, right?
That's exactly right. On God's plan and God's clock and God's time, everything happens exactly when it's supposed to happen. We got COVID-19, everybody in the house, isolated, can't hardly go nowhere, can't hardly do anything, got to wear masks, can't even identify who's who anymore. But we got to fight with Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, no masks, just us in the ring. Two of the most entertaining guys ever. How could you miss it?
Yep. You mentioned to me, just one more thing, you mentioned to me when we were talking about the ear biting, and I know we were joking, but because you guys are still fighters, that is actually a real possibility. Like, that mind can snap and then go to different places. So having said that, are you prepared for that? Like, are you prepared for, something crazy like that happening?
Yeah, I used to eat pork rinds, so ear ain't gonna bother me none.
You eating them pig ears too?
You know I eat pig ears too, so I'm good to go.
That's what's up, Roy. Well, like I said, I won't hold you because I talked to you earlier. But before you go, let the fans know what they can expect come September 12th. What kind of fighter are they gonna get from Roy Jones?
You're gonna get the best Roy Jones you ever got, because Roy Jones is still Roy Jones, and he's fighting Mike Tyson, so you gotta be ready. And when that happens, when something get my blood flowing like that, it always take me to another level. Why? Because I was born and bred to do this. I am an entertainer. I am a fighter. I am a winner. So God bless y'all. Thank y'all for supporting, tuning in. See y'all September 12th.
That's what's up, Roy. I appreciate you, champ.
No problem.